welcome back to my channel. It is your human, Dutchy. And in today's queer sex education lesson, I'm going to be talking all about how to have a good first time, whether that's your first time ever or first time with a new sexual partner, as well as all things self-exploration, masturbation, and all things orgasm with BEDUCATED. This video is in fact sponsored by my favorite people over at BEDUCATED. Now, if you're unsure of what BEDUCATED is, they are literally the Netflix of sex ed, and they are leading the way in teaching and making sex education accessible for all. But more about them later. Definitely stay tuned for some freebies that you absolutely do not want to miss out on. So people are always in my DMs asking me how to have sex for the first time, how to have sex for the first time with a girl, what sex entails, is masturbation normal, is it healthy, should sex hurt, what protection to use. So many questions around sex, and obviously a lot of the stuff that we do not learn in the very limited sex education we do receive in high school, and if we do, it's usually heterosexual and very basic, i.e. how to put a condom on a banana. Good. That's why I'm going to be unpacking all of those topics and more, with specific attention to your first time, how to be a good sexual partner, and all about masturbation and orgasm. So I'm gonna really touch on a lot of those, and obviously a few different subtopics within them. I think it's super duper important information to receive, and as we are not receiving that through our schooling, I have taken it upon myself to do so. And that's why I have such a great relationship with the people over at BEDUCATED, as they are very well aware of how little queer education people get. So many of their classes are LGBTQ+ friendly, and I'm going to be talking about that a lot more with specific classes that they have a little bit later. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of your first time, I want to speak about masturbation, self-exploration, and pleasure and orgasming a little bit first. Because you've probably already heard this before many times. The best way to have a good first time, or the best way to have a good time with someone else or other people in general, is to know what your own personal likes and dislikes are when it comes to the bedroom and your personal body and genitalia. I think it's always good practice and a good idea to just start off slow, start experimenting with your own hands, your own body parts, your own fingers. You don't have to go out and buy the craziest sex toy or sex toys. If you don't want to, you can if you would like to, and heck, you might already be there. You might be so keen to get your hands on some sex toys and experiment further, but if you don't want to, it can be really daunting. I know for a fact I didn't get my first sex toy until I was like 20, and that was through a brand collaboration as well. That wasn't even like me buying one myself. Whatever way you choose to explore yourself and your likes and dislikes and your own body is completely up to you. In terms of normality, yes, masturbation is 100% normal, it is 100% natural, and no, it's not disgusting. Many humans like being pleasured, pleasuring ourselves and pleasuring others. Not all, but many, and that's okay. There is no right or wrong way to masturbate. There is no right or wrong way to discover yourself and your likes and dislikes. Take it slow. I get a lot of questions about orgasms, what they feel like, the different types of orgasms, and all of that as well. And that, my friends, is where BEDUCATED comes in strong. So when I tell you BEDUCATED has a class on literally everything sex related, they literally have a class on everything sex related. From dating to different types of relationships, to sexuality, to how to use a strap-on, to pegging. Yes, there is literally a class on pegging 101. As well as things like aftercare. That's literally, there's a class on what to do after the deed, like things you can do and things you should do with your sexual partner or partners. Like what? Sorry, what? High school could never? And honestly, the classes I just mentioned then are a drop in the ocean. There is literally a class on there for anything, like kink, BDSM, sleeping with a girl, sleeping with a guy. There's trans sex. Like there's literally stuff on everything under the sun, and I love it. As I mentioned previously, the key to healthy, good sex, whether it's your first time or your 50th time, is knowing what makes you tick. So knowing how to get to that place of euphoria, whether that's an orgasm or whether that's just feeling good. In fact, BEDUCATED has a class specifically tailored to the female orgasm. So that is for anyone listening here with a vulva. Hi! The best bit, and the thing I enjoyed most about this class, is that it teaches you about different types of orgasm and how to get there. It also has a guided solo audio session. I think it's great that it doesn't just focus on clitoral stimulation, which some people might not even know about to begin with, but there's 4 different ways and 4 different types of orgasm that you can achieve. It literally tells you how to stimulate those areas, how to make yourself feel good, and that's all in video format. And then, yeah, as I said before, guided solo sessions, audio in your AirPods, chuck your headphones in, done. BEDUCATED is literally sex ed from the comfort of your own bedroom, the comfort of your own bed. Amazing. Now, you wouldn't be learning about how to make yourself orgasm in school, would you? If you're interested in learning more about the female orgasm or pegging or sex for the first time or BDSM, kink, whatever it is, if there is information out there that you are missing, I highly recommend you check out BEDUCATED. If you're keen, you can click the link in my description box and use code Dutchy for a full 24 hours of free access to every single course on BEDUCATED's website. In the space of 24 hours, you could literally take every single one of those classes for free. Just use code Dutchy, click that link in my description. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It is amazing. And if you love BEDUCATED as much as me and you would love access to more than just 24 hours, my code also allows you to get a 70% off discount for an annual membership, and that never expires. So even after the first year of the discount, your discount will apply for life. That is a lifetime discount at 70% off. You're so welcome. Thanks so much again to BEDUCATED for sponsoring this video. I love you guys so much. Okay, so as mentioned previously, obviously masturbation and self-discovery and knowing how to make yourself feel good is of utmost importance before going ahead and entering into a sexual encounter with someone else or other people. But say you've been there, done that, okay? You know all about this. I know all about this, Dutchy. I want to know how to have a good first time with someone, or I want to know how to be a good sexual partner. Let's get it. You know how to make yourself feel good, you know what feels good, what doesn't feel good, and you know what you want to experiment with someone else. And you can do so in a consensual manner with someone, with a friend, someone you're dating, or a partner. Consent is everything, and so is open communication. If you take anything away from this video, I want you to know that consent is everything, and so is open, honest communication when it comes to the bedroom. I have a full video on consent and communication here. I'll pop a link in the description box if you want to go and look at it. But yeah, I'll obviously briefly touch on consent, but consent needs to be there before any sexual encounter. Knowing that you're able to say no and stop any sexual act or intimate act at any time, and that you must respect the other person or people in the same way. So once you've got the consent down pat, in terms of open communication, I'm talking like if you can't tell your sexual partner or partners what you want, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, and they can't tell you, sex is likely going to be pretty boring. Also, it's good practice to ask your sexual partner or partners if what you're doing feels good, if what you're doing is what they want you to be doing, or if you could be doing it a different way, in a different position, or with a different body part. Communication in the bedroom is hot, and literally it shows that not only you're super interested and into it, regardless, but also you're into them and into the fact that they will feel pleasure from what you're doing. So you're not just there like, yeah, having sex, this is fun, whatever. It shows that you are keen, and it shows that you really want to give your all. I also want you all to know that there's no rule book as to how sex should go, and that you definitely should not be listening to a friend's first time or a family member's first time. That's completely subjective, and your first time may be vastly different, and that's okay. As long as it's consensual and legal, that's great. Don't go in with high expectations of basing how your first time should be off someone else's experience or off a scene in a movie or a TV show. They are scripted, they are not real, and how do you know that your friend is telling the truth? They may well be, or they may have hyped it up a lot more to seem cool or whatever. And most importantly, just go with the flow. I know that's a lot easier said than done, but seriously do it. Okay, so now let's talk about your first time, because I feel like not many people talk about what to actually do before your first time, how to make it good, and tips and tricks on that. So that's what I'm about to go into. Get some snacks, get that notebook ready. Let's get it. Okay, number 1 and above all else. So we've got consent and protection. Consent is key. Consent must be given, the ability to say no, and also respect someone else to say no and stop at any time. That's a non-negotiable, obviously. And protection. So I've also done a video on protection, especially for queer sex. So I will link that as well. But condoms, dental dams, gloves, washing toys, all those sorts of things, practicing good hygiene, all non-negotiable. That's step number 1 to being a good sexual partner. Number 2, open communication, another very, very important part to being a good sexual partner and contributing to a good first time. Ask questions of your sexual partner or partners, answer questions honestly. Don't be afraid to show them what you like or how to do something differently. Number 3, and I think an important tip that people look over, is take it slow. It's not a race. Everyone's journey is different, and as I said before, there is no rule book. And it's a really nice time, especially if it's your first ever time. Take it slow, enjoy it. I think it's easy to just sort of slow down and enjoy it more. I think if you are way too quick and stressed about it, you are in your head a bit and you don't end up enjoying it as much as you may if you slowed down a bit. Number 4, body language. Give out body language and read body language and cues. If you don't know what I mean by that, I mean when you're doing something to your partner or partners, how are they receiving that? How are they moving? Are they moving at all? Are they moaning? Are they dirty talking? Are they doing anything? Or are they just laying there like probably not enjoying it, passed out asleep? Also, give those body cues too. If someone's doing something and you like it, let them know, tell them, show them, whatever that is. Great. Good. They want to know, like when humans are having sex, they want to know they're doing a good job. They don't want to like not know. You gotta know. So yeah, confirm yourself with like moans, communication, whatever it is, confirm, and also read those cues. Number 4, don't be afraid to try new things. Now this might be a little bit later down the track. I'm not saying that, especially if this is your first time ever. You don't have to go in all guns blazing with a strap on, ready to peg, ready to, you know, whatever you need to do. Absolutely not. You can just take that time, be super intimate and get to know your person without any of those external toys or like anything else. But obviously this is not all about just your first time. This is just being about, these are tips on how to be a good sexual partner as well. Be open to trying new things. Obviously have your boundaries, that's fine, but like try new things. Don't let it get boring. Tip number 5, I think especially for your first time, but also your first time with a new person, know that it's okay to stop at any time. Don't go in with any expectations of, oh, this needs to be a certain thing, or we need to do this, or I want to do this. If for some reason something doesn't happen, it's okay. It's okay to stop at any time, and it's okay if your partner or partners want to stop at any time. And number 6, enjoy it. I spoke about this before, but enjoy it. Get out of your head as much as you can, and to do so, make the space that you are having sex in as comfortable as possible for you and the people involved. So whatever that is, whether that's putting on music, whether that's having an episode of something on in the background, whether that's candles, whether that's dimming lights, whether that's whatever it is, make it as comfortable for that person and yourself as possible. Because yeah, if it's like, or if you're at home with housemates or parents, like if you're gonna be feeling any extra external stress or like worry that someone's gonna walk in if you can't lock your door and things like that, take away as much of that as you can. And yeah, just like see where it takes you. Like don't, as I said before, don't put any expectations on it. That probably should be a point in itself. Don't put any expectations on the night, day, morning, wherever it is, whatever it is, don't put any expectations on it. I think that's another good tip. Okay, well, that is pretty much all I have for today's video. Thanks again to BEDUCATED for sponsoring. Love y'all so much. If you did enjoy this one or you would like more videos, please comment down below. I'd love your suggestions. And yeah, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Definitely go and check out BEDUCATED. Click that link in my description box and use code Dutchy for free access to their whole website, all their courses for 24 hours. You won't regret it, I promise. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.